What's up? What's up? What's the weatherman here with a brand new video for you guys? And I already know what you're thinking. I already know what you're thinking. This isn't Duel Links. And you're 100% right. This isn't Duel Links, and I will try to get back to the Duel Links content in the future. But Master Duel's kind of got my attention right now. I won't lie, but the Duel Links content will be coming back soon. So I've got a video here with you for Live Twins, bro. I'm really loving Live Twins, really into it. It's a one-card combo deck, so it gives you the freedom to play a lot of whatever you want, a lot of staples and all that good stuff. So we are playing a lot of staples, and I guess I'll go into the staples first, and I guess I'll just talk about, we'll just talk about the staples first. For those of you not too familiar with the game, maybe you're newer players, we've got Ash Blossom here. When a card effect is activated that includes one of these effects, we can quick effect discard this card and negate it. If our opponent tries to add a card from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck, or send a card from the deck to the graveyard, hard once per turn, we can discard this Ash Blossom and negate it. Max C, during the other player's turn, we can discard this card, and then anytime our opponent special summons a monster, we're going to draw one card. Really nice. Never take the Max C challenge unless you're just really that guy, man. Next, we've got Nibiru. During the main phase, if your opponent normal or special summons 5 or more monsters during their turn, quick effect, we contribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible. And if you do special summon this card from the hand, then special summon a token, rock level 11, in our opponent's field, and the attack becomes the combined original attack and defense of all the tributed monsters. So if we tribute like an entire field, that token is going to be pretty big. So do keep that in mind if you're a deck that can't beat over it or something like that. We don't personally care because we're just going to pop it or whatever. But, you know, then we've got our Raigeki here, destroy all monsters our opponent controls, our Feather Duster, destroy all spell and traps our opponent controls, and then our Lightning Storm, which is a combination of both, but it's a or situation. You do not get both effects. You can either destroy all attack position monsters our opponent controls or destroy all spell traps our opponent controls. And the cost of it is we have to control no face-up cards. So typically you're only going to be activating this card really if you're going second or after your field has been wiped out. Which for us, we do play a continuous spell. So even if our field gets wiped out, a lot of the time this card isn't really activated, which is the main reason I play one. It's also more for cross out than it is to be activated. It's more just so that my Trouble Sunny isn't Lightning Stormed or Raigeki, you know what I mean? Which is, I guess I'll go into cross out next, because cross out allows us to banish one card from our main deck and then negate that, same name. So if our opponent activates a card that we also own, we can banish that same card from our deck to negate it. Now, I will say, when I recorded all of the footage for this gameplay, this was maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. I've been really slow getting to edit this video because of work. But the ban list came out, I want to say yesterday, and crossout was recently limited. So I think it was limited to one, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was limited. So I maybe will do an updated Live Twin video in the future. I'll probably maybe just add Effect Veiler back, because I was playing one Effect Veiler before, which you will see in the clips. So I don't know. We'll probably discuss that in the future video. But Crossout, really good card. You'll see how great it is in the gameplay. Called By, which is semi-limited, we'll be able to target one monster in our opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if we do until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated. This is mostly used for hand traps like Ash Blossom or Max C. These basically work for those because they're discarded, but for a card like Nibiru that doesn't send itself to the grave, it's just summoned to the field, you can't call by the grave it, so you're going to want to cross out Designator. So that's another thing. We do play Nib because of the fact that it's Nib, but also for the fact that we can cross out it from the deck. So next we've got our Forbidden Droplet, which is going to allow us to send any number of cards from our hand or field to the graveyard, choose that many effect monsters our opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, their attack is halved and their effects are negated. As well as, in response to this card's activation, your opponent cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same original type monster spell trap as the card sent. That basically means that when we negate their monsters by discarding or sending the cards from our field to the graveyard, they cannot respond to our Forbidden Droplet using the same type of card that we sent. So if we send a monster and a spell to negate them, right? To negate two cards, then they cannot respond to Droplet using a monster or a spell. They will only be able to respond using a trap. That is basically what it's saying. If you discard all three, then they basically just can't respond to it. So really nice. Then we've got our Imperm, the hand trap, target a monster on the field, negate its effect until the end of the turn. We can activate this during either player's turn, as well as the fact that if we set it, it gets that bonus effect of also negating the column that it's in. So keep in mind though that we have to control no cards for us to be able to use this as like a, from the hand immediately. So don't think you can summon something or, have a card on the field and then imperm. You're probably gonna have to imperm first, or you're just gonna be setting it that turn. So we'll go into the deck a little bit. Like I said, this deck has a lot of one card combos, that being all of the live twin cards. So if you happen to open one of your 3 Kiss a Kill, or one of your 3 Lila, or one of your 3 Password, or one of your 3 Snitch, or one of your 2 Home, then you got the entire live twin combo. So it is really easy to get the full combo, which is, like I said, why we have a lot of space for a lot of staples and things of that nature. This deck isn't necessarily oppressive aside from one specific combo, which I will talk to you about in just a second. But I think the deck is extremely solid. We're basically just doing the same small thing every turn that consistently gets us card advantage and all that good stuff. So it just kind of works out, bro. While most decks are kind of starting off strong or going up or just staying the same level, which kind of makes us oppressive in the late game. So like I said, the one oppressive combo that this deck has, well, let me talk about the live twin stuff first. So the way the live twin stuff works and how it's a 1-card combo is if you have the live twin Kiss a Kill or live twin Lila, or a card that searches for it, which Snitch searches for one of those monsters, as well as Password searches for Snitch or searches for Home, so a lot of searches, then you're going to be able to normal summon either this card or Lila. And then if you control no other monsters, you'll special summon the other from the deck, and then you'll go into the whole combo. So I will explain more in the gameplay how the combo works. I'm not going to go too in depth in it right now. So next we've got the Parallel Exceed, which we play Parallel Exceed because if we link summon, then we're going to be able to summon Parallel Exceed into the zone that our link monster points to, and then we're going to summon the other Parallel Exceed from the deck and make them both level 4. That allows us to also get on top of the Trouble Sunny that we're going to summon just from having that live twin 1-card combo. If we happen to open Parallel Exceed 2, then we'll also get a Bagushka on our field. Really nice. And we're going to summon it in defense because when it's in defense, it gets the effect of while this card is face-up defense position, change all face-up monsters on the field to defense position, also negate the activated effects of monsters that were in defense when that effect was activated. So this doesn't negate lingering effects, but it does negate activated effects. So while this is on the field, DPE will not be able to activate, which is probably the main card you're thinking about, and things of that nature, quick effect monsters and stuff like that. So next, we're gonna finally talk about that Dagda, that one oppressive thing that I was speaking on. So if you happen to open one of your live twin starters, which is Kiss a Kill or Lila, as well as Snitch. So if you open one of those 9 cards, right, and then you happen to have a Password in your hand or a Home in your hand, because Password will just search for Home, that's what you're gonna use Password for, then you'll be able to use the Kiss a Kill or Lila to not go into your live twin combo. When you summon them, you'll first go into Dagda. So you'll summon Dagda, and then because you have Home in your hand, you'll activate Home, which is going to make you discard a card from your hand to special summon a live twin. When you do that, because you activated another card on the field, you're going to set an artifact monster from your hand or deck, and the artifact monster that we play is Sight. This is the one oppressive card in the deck, right? This is definitely a ban-worthy card. 100% the card could be banned. I'm not going to lie to you. So what this card says is, if this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Oh yeah, that's not that. From the extra deck, from the rest of it, you read it right, bro. From the extra deck for the rest of this turn. If you plan on fusion summoning, link summoning, Xyz summoning, it's gone. Synchro is gone, bro. You beat. I hope you just tributing out here, big dog, because that's all you're going to be allowed to do. And only for a little bit of time, because we're going to start popping, start negating. You know what I mean? And this is something that really makes the deck really solid, really pushes the deck when you've got the Dagda play and it resolves. It's really a big problem. So I think now we're just going to go into the gameplay. I believe I've spoken on every card. I'm really just looking through everything. Oh, you know what? I'll speak on this one card because I know It doesn't come up on the video. And I guess I'll also talk about Lingeribo too real quick. The reason we play Lingeribo is, yes, it does negate a trap, but we don't care about that, right? The reason we play Lingeribo is because if we do get stopped, if there is somehow a way that our opponent negates our live twin Lila or Kisagil, which I will say, never normal summon them first. If you have password in your hand or snitch in your hand, activate them first. Check for an Ash. See if you can get them to negate one of those cards first. That's what you want to do. Make them use all their negates before you normal summon, and then you'll do your stuff. So like I said, the Lingeribo is if we do get in a situation, maybe our hand is weird, or maybe they just somehow do negate us, then if our monster is still on the field, we'll be able to link it off, summon Lingeribo, and if Parallel Exceed is in our hand, then with Parallel Exceed, we'll still be able to go into Bagushka. So we won't feel too bad. We'll at least get to end on and negate the whole field and put him in defense type of thing. So we won't feel too bad about it. And the other card is, this didn't really come up in the video, but we play it just because our main removal is, you know, destruction and beating over things. So with this here, we kind of have also, you know, an extra removal. We can use one monster our opponent controls to link summon this card. So we can use them as the link material. So this is just going to be an extra way of removing things. I've never summoned it, I will be honest with you, but it is there. You know, if you want to tech it out for something, you definitely could. If you want to take out Zeus, you definitely could. I've only summoned him once. He's just here because Bagushka technically could attack, but we typically end the game on our next turn, so it doesn't really get summoned. Everything else I feel like is pretty necessary. Access code is lovely. You know, really necessary. Nightmare Unicorn, we co-link with them a lot, so we're going to draw a card a lot. I think everything here is pretty necessary. I mean, if you want to take out Lingeribo, I guess you could as well, but what are you taking out Lingeribo for? So the only cards I feel like you can really take out is Zeus if you wanted, and then maybe Underworld Goddess if you really wanted. So yeah, we're going to get right into the gameplay. Alright, so right now we've got the ability to do the dagger play as well as the live twin play, so we're going to do something a little different than our standard play, so I will show you the standard play probably in the next recording. So we're going to summon Kiss to Kill. Because we control no other monsters, we're going to summon Lila from the deck, and instead of going into our evil twin, we're actually going to go into dagger, okay? And that's only because, so I'm going to tell you guys real quick, the only reason we're going dagger is because we have home in our hand. The cards that you need to do to go into the dagger play as long as your thing, you need a starter, which is basically if you have Lila or Kiss a Kill, or if you have Password or Snitch, right? You have one of those cards alongside a extender or a searcher. So maybe if you have Live Twin or Kiss a Kill alongside Password, you can search for home, or if you just have hard one of them and home, you can do this. So we're gonna activate home, discard a card to special summon a live twin from our deck, and because we activated a card on the field, dagger is gonna chain a response to search for an artifact card from our deck. And for those of you that are not too familiar, I'm just gonna pause this very quickly. The reason that we summon Scythe and what Scythe does is essentially when we pop it. If he's in the spell trap zone when he gets destroyed, he's gonna resummon himself from the graveyard, and then if he's special summoned for the rest of the turn, our opponent cannot summon cards from the extra deck. So we've got this set up to be used on our opponent's turn, as well as the reason that I summoned Frost, just for those of you wondering. So with Live Twin, the card that you go into first from the extra deck, like the evil twin that you go into first is gonna be the effect that you activate. So we're gonna go into evil twin Kiss a Kill because we're going first and we wanna draw a card. So the reason why this works this way is because for you to get their effect, you need to control the opposite, right? So if you've got Evil Twin, Kiss a Kill on the field, and you want to get the effect to draw a card, you need to have a Lila on the field when it was summoned. So it needed to be the other on the field when they were summoned to get their effect. That's why, right, we've gone into blue, and with pink being in the graveyard, since Evil Twin Lila is going to be on the field when Kiss a Kill is summoned this time, we're going to draw a card because Lila was on the field while they were there. Now we're going to link them off together and go into Trouble Sunny, who has the quick effect to tribute himself to summon them back. So we've got the quick effect of pop a card, draw a card on the opponent's turn as a quickie, and we're going to set, call, by, and cross out, as well as we've got Ash in our hand, and we've got the Scythe play. So we're checking for a quick play right here. We saw they didn't have a quick play, as well as we're activating them to standby to play around Dark Ruler No More, Kaijus, and things of that nature. We're going to activate Evil Twin Kiss a Kill first to chain block Ash Blossom, because Ash Blossom can't negate Kiss a Kill if it's not that last card to activate. So if they have Asher, they cannot, negate the draw. We're going to pop Scythe. Scythe is now being summoned. Bam. Now they are locked out of the extra deck. No playing in the extra, and I'm going to fast forward since it's their turn. And they're playing blues. So we cross out Raigeki to negate Raigeki, of course. Blue does not care about Scythe. They don't care if they're locked out of their extra. They could really care less. So this isn't really the best play for blue specifically. So we're going to see what we can do to still play around them. We still got a call by, which isn't very active. We still got a Ash. We still got a Frost, right? And Frost says that if our opponent adds a card from their main deck to their hand, we're going to draw a card by banishing it. So we've got a Maxi and an Ash. He just banished our Sunny too. Sunny has an effect in the grave if we can banish it to send an Evil Twin from our main deck hand or field to the graveyard to non-target sing something. So he did just stop us from being able to do that on the start of our turn. All right. So it is our turn now. He flips up Vanity Emptiness. We don't really care, right? Because we can beat over something to put in his grave. Oh, and he flips this up. So he actually gets rid of it for us. I don't know if he knew that that was going to happen. He's actually getting rid of Vanity's Emptiness for us. And since he's trying to activate now, this is probably a good time to activate Droplet. We're going to chain. And we're only going to negate the guy that stops special summon monsters from activating, as well as the monster that he just summoned, because we can beat over Barrier Statue, which stops us from, you know, summoning anything that isn't a wind monster. So we're just going to beat over Barrier Statue, negate the other two, and that's fine with us. Now, typically what we would have done with this field, if it wasn't for this scenario, is we would have linked off and did quite a bit of a little like link toolbox thing. We would have probably went into Unicorn, maybe Access Code, maybe Abomination plus Sunny, different types of things, right? So we're gonna link them off. Gonna go Unicorn, right? And we're gonna co-link Unicorn with Kiss a Kill. That way we don't just discard a card, we're gonna discard a card and draw a card. So we get a card back. Kiss a Kill is gonna resummon Lila. Now we're gonna pop a card, because when Lila was summoned, we already controlled the Kiss a Kill. Now I'm gonna link off Evil Twin Kiss a Kill with my Nightmare Unicorn. We're making plays, man. And we're gonna go into Abomination. Now with Abomination on the field, we can resummon Kiss a Kill from the grave. We're gonna draw a card because we control Lila. And now we're gonna link them together to go into Sunny. So now what we have is on end phase, Sunny will, Abomination will pop a card. He says when a card is destroyed, he will pop a card, as well as on end phase will pop a card. So we've got on their turn the Sunny pop and draw. And then after Sunny pops something, Abomination will also pop something, and then on end phase pop something. So we're sitting pretty pretty. We're sitting really pretty. And he scoops it up. Beautiful game, beautiful game. So we have a very interesting hand. Since they're going first, we're just going to fast forward. So we're going to activate the Effect Veiler to negate him from adding a Dragon Maid spell trap. Now he's going to activate the Fusion. Alright, going into Shu, I believe is how you pronounce it. And Shu is just to negate, as well as he summons on standby. So we're going to imperm him, get him out of here. So he's negated, he cannot negate us. So we're going to search for our Snitch. So we're going to activate Snitch, to search for Lila. With Lila, we're going to attempt to summon Frost. He activates Imperm, and we're going to chain Cross Out Designator, banishing an Imperm from our deck to negate the Cross Out. To negate the Imperm. A lot of word fumbling today. And we summon Frost. Now we're going into Evil Twin Kiss a Kill. So I know what you're thinking. Why didn't we go into Evil Twin Lila first? You said that the one you summon first is the effect you're going to activate. The reason is simply because I'm going to beat over him, so I don't care. I'd much rather draw a card. Don't care about popping them. And now we've got a Nib. Nib, Scythe, Cross Out. Beautiful. We're going to go Battle Phase. Tribute our Sunny. Bam. Now we're going to draw a card, pop a card. We're going to pop our Scythe, locking them out of their extra deck, as well as drawing a card. Now Scythe is on the field. It is official as of now. It is resolved. No extra deck usage. For those of you wondering, Snitch also says that anytime our opponent normally special summons, I gain 200 and they lose 200. That's what this burn and gain is. But that's not why we play Snitch. We play Snitch for the effect to search for our live twins, of course. So with him being locked out of the extra, he couldn't do very much. Thus he ends on this. We're going to start off by activating Sunny, banishing him from the graveyard to send an evil twin from our deck to non-target sim something. Now we're linking off into Unicorn. And notice we always co-link with Unicorn so that we can discard a card and draw a card. We're going to discard the duplicate password, draw a card. Now we're going to re-summon Kiss a Kill, which is also going to let us draw a card. And he scoops. The deck is beautiful, man. It is a really beautiful archetype, man. So we're going second, and this isn't the most amazing hand. This isn't even really a hand for going second. But this is a good bait hand. So something with live twins, a lot of people will say, hey, it's easy to stop the live twins. You just activate, negate it up, bro. We're going to activate as much as we can to get rid of these negates. This is what we do. Activate password to see if we can get an Ash bait or something, get them to negate. He did negate. So we activate the other one. We're still seeing if he can negate. We've already got it. We search for Frost just in case he negates Lila. We're going to be able to special summon Frost from our hand. Oh, but he negates it with Gamma, which is going to negate and destroy. We were thinking about an Imperm kind of negate. So we're going to activate Hung. Discard a card, and we're going to summon the other live twin. And now that we control no monsters, we're still going to get our effects. And let me take it off fast forward, actually. So Lila on the field, remember what I said, the one you summon first is the effect you're going to activate. So since we summoned Evil Twin Lila first from the extra deck, that means that we are attempting to pop a card. Now with Evil Twin Kiss a Kill on the field, she's going to re-summon Evil Twin Lila, and because we control Evil Twin Kiss a Kill on the summon of Evil Twin Lila, we're going to pop a card. We're going to go for that back row, and we are playing against Eldritch. So, also, I do want to say something personally. I saw that I discarded the Evil Twin. I'm not exactly sure why I did that. Personally, I feel like I probably should have discarded Frost because while it's in the grave, it gives us the effect that we get to draw a card if our opponent adds a card from their main deck to their hand. So we really should have discarded Frost. I'm not really sure why we discarded Evil Twin in the moment. We're just going to battle and beat over the Eldritch, and the Gamma is going to banish itself on end phase as well as the other one. And for those of you wondering why I didn't touch Zombie World, it just doesn't affect the deck. It just isn't a problem for us. So we don't do anything to it. Gonna fast forward a little bit. Actually, I don't think they do too much. We can keep it on regular speed. So he's gonna summon his Eldritch from the graveyard by sending his trap to the grave, which is also gonna make him undestroyable. And he's gonna be 3,500, I believe. Yes. So now I cannot destroy him by battle like card effects. But I'm still going to activate Sunny. We're still going to go and get our draw, as well as our pop. Might as well pop the Zombie World, why not? It's the only poppable card on the field. I wasn't going to waste it popping Eldritch. Draw another card. We've got the Ash Blossom, and then we're going to go into main phase 2 because, you know, he's going to do his thing. Oh, and he Raigekis it. So usually we would use whatever link we have left to re-summon the other one, but we activate Raigeki, so it wouldn't matter. Even if we activated to summon it, they would have still both been destroyed. Search for his Eldritch card, his Eldritch Trap is going to summon an Eldritch from the deck, which is perfectly fine because we have Ash Blossom, so we're just going to negate it. Going to normal summon Live Twin Kiss a Kill, summoning Lila from the deck. Now, I just want to say something fairly quickly. Don't do what I did. And actually, you know what? I'll explain it. So I thought I misplayed for a second, but I understand why I did this. So I summoned blue, not because I want to actually pop a card, right? Because I don't want to pop a card. I know what his trap is. It's just going to summon an Eldritch, so it doesn't affect us. What I am doing is summoning blue first because Evil Twin Kiss a Kill is already in the graveyard, which means I don't have to re-summon Live Twin Lila or Live Twin Kiss a Kill, I'm sorry, to go into them and do the whole thing over. It's already one in the grave. So me doing this, it means I'm just trying to draw a card. Who cares? Just going to draw. Get a little card advantage. We've already got more card advantage than him. Go into Sunny, and we're just going to sit. I don't need to beat over him. He's going to be smaller than his next turn, and his trap is useless. He attempts to activate it, and we're going to Ash Blossom it. Negate it. Now Eldritch is smaller than us and can be popped. Searching for Golden Land. Activates, he gets rid of our crossout, and now we're going to do this, and we're going to get rid of the back row, not the Eldritch. We're going to get rid of the back row so that he can't summon the other Eldritch from the graveyard. And he can't get rid of this now. He has nothing to beat over us or anything. He can beat over one card, but we'll just resummon it. He already knows, and that's GG's, man. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'm sorry that it's been so long that for us to post another video and stuff, but I appreciate you guys checking us out, man. A new video will be coming soon, and Team 6K out.